Testing, testing. I think I have the microphone working correctly. Greetings everyone, it's IT2. Today I want to talk about some books, because I'm going to wrap up to July. What did I read at the beginning of July? Let me see here. So I just finished reading Ship of Destiny by Robin Ha. That's the last one of the Life Ship Traders. Looks like Flight of the Eisenstein I read. Gwendy's Button Box. The Pillars of the Earth, July 7th. Yeah, that was the big one. And so then, read this one. This is the last one. It was really good. You can't really see that really great with the light. Kind of wraps up a lot of the storylines. I was kind of getting bored with the actual human storylines of, you know, the people that are the trader people in Bingtown, Malta and Selden, and they kind of got lost with they found a dragon in the last book. And then Althea, she was kind of gone on this boat looking with Paragon, looking for her other boat, Vivacia, which has been changed, so it's not the boat she was looking for when she gets there, and so she doesn't really want it when she gets there, kind of, not really. And Paragon, I guess the whole point, I'm trying to remember which one of these ships is supposed to be the Ship of Destiny, which is the name of the book. I guess Paragon is the Ship of Destiny because he was the pirate guy. His original name was Ludluck, so it was his father's ship, and his father had been like abusing him as a child, like sexually and stuff. And Paragon took all of his memories and kept them, and that was kind of like why he killed everybody, I think. Originally, when he like flipped, they can like open their seams, these life ships, and let the water in, and just kind of flip over and like drown everybody. And then he was known as Pariah for a long time, and he wouldn't tell anybody like why he went crazy or something like that. But then, all that besides, I don't really care about any of that. I was more interested in the story about the dragons and the lore and how it all works, because they kind of hinted around about these cocoons at the sea serpents are like the larvae for the dragons. So I don't know if the dragons lay eggs or how they make these sea serpents on this other's island. And then they swim in the ocean and they eat and they get fat, and then they swim upriver, up the Rain Wild River, and then they get this special mud that they swallow it, and then they regurgitate it with their saliva, and it makes these strands, and it makes a cocoon, which the Rain Wilders confused and thought it was some kind of special magical wood. They made ships out of it. So the ships are realizing that they're actually not really dragons, but they have the memories of dragons. They're kind of an abomination, but they're kind of becoming their own thing, I guess. Not really living things, but they've come to life. It's kind of weird magical system they got in this world. So then, like, the people that bond with the dragons, they get scales and they become elderlings, I guess. So humans can become elderlings. Elderlings is not like its own race. It's pretty wild stuff. So you get the POV of the serpent tangle in the beginning with Malkin and Shriver and a lot of the popular ones, you know, from previous books. A lot of them died. Like, a good percentage of them died. But there's still like 100 or so made it up the river at the end to become dragons. So when you get to the 4 dragon books that I've got up there somewhere, yeah, the smaller ones right there. You can't really see them because it's cut off. Everybody says those are like the worst of the Elderlings books. Like, they're not as good as the others, but I don't know. I kind of like this whole dragon mythology. I think I'm gonna like them. Anywho, I think Brashen ends up with Althea, and they kind of, I don't remember how it all ended. The whole thing with the satrap and Malta was kind of cringe a little bit, but they kind of turned him into a better person. And then they kind of made a deal with, I guess, Wintrow was going to like be the new pirate king and marry the old pirate guy's wife that was pregnant. And he was going to like raise him to be the pirate king or something, because he kind of got tired of being a priest. Yeah, the whole human storyline just kind of didn't really care much for it, but I did like the whole thing about how the ships and the dragons and everything, the whole cycle and all that works. Anyway, that was fine. I give it 5 stars. It's just not one of my favorites. And then I read Charlene Harris's From Dead to Worse, continuing the Sookie Stackhouse novels. This one is pretty good. I think I'd give it 4 stars, but it's getting a little bit too much into the werewolves, not enough of the vampires. But it's putting me in the mood, the Halloween mood. I'm probably going to watch True Blood when I get off here, because I've been rewatching it and just kind of took a break. And also been watching The Traitors New Zealand. Yeah, but this one, she's got a witch woman that lives with her, and it's her mentor, this older witch, moves in with her. It's pretty cool. So it's like 3 ladies. Like, is Sookie ever going to get married and settle down? She ends up breaking up with the guy that was like a were-lion? Because her brother's a were-panther. She was dating a were-lion, I think. A guy turned into a lion. He was having a fight against the werewolves or something. And then this whole thing with Eric. Eric's wanting to get with her now that he's remembering their time together when he was like hypnotized by the witches. But like, totally different than the TV show. The TV show, it's mostly about Bill. Bill's hardly in the picture. He keeps showing up every now and then to try to like he has like a girlfriend, and he's like running an internet website about tracking the names of all the vampires and how they're all related. Like, it's not really anything to do with the TV show. And Tara's not even in the books. Tara's like a different person. She's like a white woman, I think, that like has a clothing store. She's not like the black woman. Isn't she the brother of Lafayette? And Lafayette's not even in this book. He was in like the very first one, I think, and he died immediately. But he's like the best character in the TV show. It's so weird. I don't know how these next books are gonna. It's like they just kind of do a slice of life, just what it's like to be a hot young waitress in New Orleans or like in Louisiana in the swamps, and then just living her life. She even talks about like, I'm going to Sonic to get an Oreo blast, and she's eating it, just having fun doing her day, and like her roommates are vacuuming the house and like raking the yard. Like, oh, I appreciate all the things they're doing for me. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you're going to meet your great-grandpa who's a fairy. And like, oh, shit. And the vampire's driving her there. And like, something's happening. And all of a sudden, she gets attacked and somebody tries to assassinate her. And it's a werewolf. And like, she almost calls her grandpa. And the vampire slaps the phone out of her hand. He's like, don't do that. You're going to start a war. And then all of a sudden, she's meeting up with the 2 clans of the werewolves. And they're about to go to head-to-head. And this other woman shows up that's a werewolf. They get into a big fight, and like a lot of the vampires get killed. Just like blood everywhere. We gotta hide all these dead bodies. It's like, so then I had to go back to work that night, and I was wearing these black pants, which kind of goes with the white shirt, but I kind of wish I was wearing something else. I was feeling pretty good. So that goes back to a slice of life thing. Like, what? Huh? You just had a vampire werewolf war. Everybody's dead. You're like, yeah. This one woman showed up that she's kind of like fucking with me because I killed her sister a long time ago, but her sister tried to kill me first. That's a bunch of bullshit. I don't like her. I was like, what is these books? That's so random. Anyway, I love them. Now I'm reading The Will of the Many by James Islington. Anyway, I got a book haul to talk about because I went to the Salvation Army store, and somebody must have donated a shitload of Bernard Cornwells, because look what I have. Oh, I got an Ursula K. Le Guin, The Telling, author of The Left Hand of Darkness, which I haven't read. I think I got this one at half price. No, wait. Yeah, I think I got this at Salvation Army. I don't know. And then I got Kate Moss, Labyrinth of the Sepulchre. This one looks really interesting. Something to do with France? Maybe it's a different one I'm thinking of that looks really interesting. Anyway, I can't remember what that one's about. Oh yeah, this is the one from the different place. Here's our Bernard Cornwells. They have the Winter King up there. I didn't get it because it was paperback, but I might end up getting it too. I've got The Last Kingdom. I think this is the first one because that's the name of the TV show. I'm not sure of the whatever the Viking guy's name. Uhtred, son of Uhtred, son of Uhtred, something like that. Stonehenge, 2000 BC, totally different series, very old looking. Sharp's Prey. There's a whole, I don't know, maybe 20 books about Sharp, I think. Sharp's Escape. I've got all these on ebook already, but now I'm doing hard copies. Heretic. And Sharp's Trafalgar, Spain, 1805. Then, Excalibur, novel of Arthur. Enemy of God, novel of Arthur. Paperbacks. And we've got Vagabond. I don't know, it says author of the Archer's Tale. Maybe this is a different series. And then we've got Lords of the North. I'm pretty sure this is the Viking Saga. And then Death of Kings, which I think I already have. I didn't realize. That's the second copy. And then I got an Archer's Tale. Okay, that's the one I just mentioned. And then I've got Sharp's Fortress, India, 1803, with a British flag on it. Is Sharp like the leader of a rifle brigade or something like that? That's a lot of burning Cornwells right there. And there's still one more up there I need to go get. So that's pretty much it. Love and Will of the Many. It's really different kind of a thing. But, yeah. What else was I going to read soon? I might go into another Charlene Harris book. Something, I don't know, I'm getting in the mood for Halloween early. We have to, like, hit that. There's a couple of big-ass books that I want to read this year for Halloween. What was that one called? It's in the other room, I think. I got Fail, but it's like a second book. And then there's the J.R. Miro one about the... I think I've got the sequel to that, too, now. Yeah, it's good. I'm really into... I want to get into, like, some kind of, like... Magic Academy or like some kind of a school for wayward children that have magical powers and they can do spooky spooks or some kind of a haunted mansion. I'm in a haunted mansion vibe. How do I know I've got a book about exactly that. I'm just not sure which one it is. But I'm just in that mood. Sometimes you get in that spooky spook mood. Anyway, see you guys later.